Welcome to Fully In It, a show for moms who know they are called to so much more. Join me, Kate Saffel, a life and a business coach, and a woman on a quest to show that anything you desire for your life is truly possible. This show is about going fully in it for you and the people you love by showing up powerfully in all areas of your life. Join me for weekly episodes that will inspire you to follow your intuition, lead with integrity and heart, and create the life you've always dreamed of. Hey, my loves, welcome to episode 102 of the Fully In It podcast. It is kind of late here. My day completely got away from me. And it wasn't that, I was distracted or that I wasn't staying on top of things. It just was a genuinely busy but satisfying day. Do you ever have that where you are doing a lot and it's going on all day long, but it's not necessarily a bad thing? And that was kind of my day. I got to coach clients this morning. I went live on Instagram. I had some really great family time. And then this evening I made dinner, I cleaned, I put the kids to bed. And I was like, oh yeah, I actually need to record my podcast. And I want to record it because I have this message that I really want to share with all of you. And this is something that has been coming up with quite a few of my clients. So I have a feeling that it may be impacting you as well in one or maybe several areas of your life. And the thing that I have been hearing from clients, they're asking me for feedback in different ways, is the question of, am I too much? Am I too much? And when we say, am I too much, really what is underlying that is, did I step over a line, an unspoken line that I was not supposed to step over? Or am I stepping over a line that someone may get upset about, feel triggered about, say something about, and perhaps I should avoid it? The fear of being too much really comes from a lot of the conditioning that we women have experienced from a very, very early age. And especially for you, if this is something that comes up for you, you worry that, what you say is too much, the way you dress is too much, the way that you lead your home or even your desires. I don't know. Have any of you ever felt that? Like, you're like, I shouldn't want this much. My desires, my dreams are too big. If yes, if you have that fear, it is probably because you have witnessed the way other women have been spoken about when they dare to be audacious, when they are willing to have big dreams and be unapologetic about it. And it's possible that you were communicated in either explicit or kind of subtle ways to not show up so big, to be quieter, to not rock the boat, to not get too loud or stand out too much. And I think some of this is a safety thing that we women do to protect ourselves, right? Because if you don't stand out too much, you're not going to get kicked out of the tribe, and everyone is going to probably be happy with you. And if you are a people pleaser, this keeps the inner people pleaser feeling safe and secure. But ultimately, this matters because you're creating a break between who you truly are inside and the way that you believe the world desires you to be, the way your community desires you to be. And that break causes an incoherent connection because you're not allowing who you truly are to be part of your external world. And this can impact you in your parenting. If maybe you hold certain opinions or you feel so strongly in your heart that there is a certain way you want to do things and you second guess yourself and you tell yourself, I shouldn't do it this way because everybody else does it this other way. Or maybe even it's when you're in a group of other parents and moms and you're afraid to speak too loudly or too boldly. There have been seasons of my life where I definitely felt like the odd woman out in a group of moms. I thought, wow, I don't think the way that they do. I don't speak the way that they do. And I would find myself censoring my communication to fit in. And then that would make me super angry because I was like, oh, why am I doing this? If they can't accept me for who I am, why am I bending and forming myself to their idea of what a mom or a woman should be? So if you find yourself doing that, one, I just want you to know you're not alone, okay? Like, I think this is very common, especially in the lonely years of motherhood. We're like, oh, I need friends. Somebody be my friends. But also know that you get to be you, because this life, it's not worth sacrificing who you truly are to fit in with other people. That was so high school, and we're just not doing that anymore. Now, this fear of being too much can also impact you in your career or in your business if you are an entrepreneur or some other capacity where you are a leader. And specifically, how this might show up is that, let's say in your career, you have really great ideas, really fantastic ideas, you know that would make a big difference, and you don't speak them out of fear of what people may think of you. Or maybe you are really ready to take on a leadership role, but you look around you and there aren't really any female leaders, or there's a negative opinion about women who are in leadership, and you're afraid of becoming that version of you. In your business, this could show up in the way that you market yourself and the content that you create on social media. And this has been coming up with quite a few of my coaching clients, because in Expand Mentoring Membership, which is my 12-month long membership community, we have been doing a social media challenge for the month of January, and I have been pushing them out of their comfort zone and giving them topics and things that they are supposed to do on social media. I mean, it is called a challenge for a reason, and they're here to grow. And so this has been coming up. Ooh, I wrote this in my copy. What if this is too much? What if people don't like it? Well, my perspective on this is that if we're talking about potential clients or customers, if what you're saying isn't offensive, right, or inappropriate, and it's just truly you being the authentic version of you, if people don't like that, do you actually want to work with them? It's the same thing as with the parenting groups. Do you want to be friends with women who aren't willing to see all of who you are and love and respect you for it? So that's one part of it is, do we really want to show up as an inauthentic version of us to please other people in the hopes that they become our client or our customer? No, thank you. The other side of this is that it may have actually nothing to do with your customers or clients. That may not be the reason that you are thinking you should censor yourself or play a little bit smaller. It could be because you're afraid of what people in your community might think, your friends, your family, former colleagues. And there is this fear in the back of your mind that, oh, if I show up too big and I say this thing, I'm going to get rejected. someone is going to say something. I might hurt someone's feelings. And again, this is a subconscious nudge that comes forward to keep you in your comfort zone. I truly believe that when we are given an intuitive nudge to say, do, or be something, that it is safe for you to trust it. You can handle anything that comes your way. But when we ignore that intuitive nudge, it actually impacts the connection that you can have with others. So my question for you is, if you know who you are becoming and you're getting clearer and clearer on the life that you want to create, why wouldn't you trust yourself? Why wouldn't you allow yourself to be the fullest expression of you? And what do others miss out on when you're afraid of being too much? So you are censoring yourself, so you are holding back. How does that actually negatively impact people in your life, your loved ones, your children, your clients, your customers, your colleagues? By them not getting the real version of you, what are they missing out on? And on the flip side of that, what can you create for your family or your career, your business, your life when you allow yourself to be too much and to be all of you? What could actually be possible? One final thought for you. When that thought comes up in your mind that you're too much, I want to invite you to reframe the phrase too much. It has such a negative connotation, when in reality, it is the fear that I am being too much of myself. I am being too authentic. And so what if instead of too much, you simply called it being more of you? And is there anything wrong with that? So let yourself play in the field of being a bigger expression of who you are as a woman, as a mom, as a leader, in all of the roles that you fulfill. Notice when you want to pull back, hide, shrink, and maybe, just maybe, you actually lean into it. Because once you move past the discomfort, that is when you are going to find that inner strength, that resiliency, and that self-trust that you've been looking for all along. I hope that you loved this episode. If this spoke to you, please help me in sharing my mission, which is helping more women show up as the fullest expressions of themselves in all areas of their life. Share this podcast on social media and tag me at Happier in Motherhood or at I am Kate Saffel. And yes, I know I have 2 usernames. My team and I are working on how to simplify this more. But for now, those are the best ways that you can reach me. And I would love to see you sharing about this podcast, or you can leave a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or whatever it is called these days. I appreciate it so much. I read every word, and it just inspires me to keep going with the podcast. Okay, my loves, I will see you next week. If you loved this episode, it would make me so happy for us to connect more. I have the most amazing free resources like a 5-day e-course that will help you feel more confident leading your days and your family, a guided visualization for imagining and creating the life that you want. And if you are ready to take everything that you hear in this podcast and create it in your own life, you're definitely going to want to book a free 50-minute call with me to see if coaching is the perfect fit for you. Head to thestreamlinedlife.com/hello to find all of the latest resources from me. And I am sending so much love to you and your crew. I will see you next time.